Hi guys, this is Sharuk. From now on, I've decided to make videos and upload them to YouTube because I have a lot of important information to share with you guys. In this video, for example, I would like to talk about polarity, and then I will talk about black holes, and then I'll talk about emotions, I'll talk about laws of manifestation, I'll talk about many stuff. I think that this video, most of my videos would come in handy to the physicists also because for example, in this video in particular, as I said, I will talk about polarity, and I think that we have a big misconception about polarity. If we understand polarity, we understand how black holes are formed. Wow, it's amazing. Let me share this information with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. If you do like the video, please click on like. Okay, thank you. Now let me move the camera towards the board. Here you go. Okie dokie. This is the board. Okay. So, as you can see, polarity. So, rule number one. Opposites coexist simultaneously. Why? Let's say this is a glass of hot water, okay? Right? How do you know that it's hot? You touch it, you feel it, or you can see the steam coming out or whatever. Yeah. But in order to say that this is hot, you must know that cold water also exists, right? So the concept of hot cannot exist without cold, nor the concept of cold could exist without hot, right? So it's like hot, cold, which are opposites, coexist at the same time, so that you can compare. You can say, oh, okay, no thanks, I don't want the hot glass of water, I want a cold glass of water, I want a cold drink, I don't want, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that both concepts coexist at the same time. If cold did not exist, the concept of hot could not exist, right? So it's like both concepts must exist simultaneously. So same thing, like dark and light. For example, the concept of dark and light. How would you know the brightness of the light without the darkness? So how would you know the contrast of light without darkness? Right? Same thing. How would you know how dark is a room without shedding a little bit of light on it? I mean, without flickering light in the darkness. So I mean, what I'm trying to say is that both concepts coexist at the same time. For example, right now it's daytime in Spain, but it's nighttime, let's say, in nighttime in the States or whatever. So it's like they both exist at the same time. The same, I mean, there's cold water, there's hot water, there's and what I'm trying to say is that both concepts, in polarity, whatever the opposites, coexist simultaneously. We must know this because this is very, very important. And you can see it. If, let's say, if a person is walking around the street and he's like, he's quite judgmental and he's tries to judge people on their looks. So he says, hey, this guy is ugly. Hey, this girl is beautiful. Both concepts exist simultaneously, because if he says some guy is, let's say, ugly or whatever, there is, for him, a person that exists that is beautiful looking, good looking guy. So I mean, what I'm trying to say is that both concepts exist simultaneously. Okay, let's go to the second part. The second part is that each opposite condition becomes the other when it reaches half of its cycle. Okay, I'll show this in an analogy. I have made a diagram in a coordinate plane, so I'll show it there. What I want to show is that there's a harmonious interchange between the opposites, so that what I want to say is that each work together. They need to work together. Like dark and light work together. Light could not exist without darkness, right? So it's like they work together, and there's a beautiful interchange between them. Another misconception that we have, physicists also have about it, physicists, scientists, whatever, is that opposites don't, according to the physics, is that opposites attract each other, right? But what I will want to show is that this is a big misconception, because opposites don't attract each other, nor likes repel each other. Opposites cancel each other out and lose their polarity. Likes act as a mirror. They mirror each other's movement. Like seeks like. Okay, let me show you an analogy. Here you go. Let's put this one over here. Okie dokie. So, let me zoom in. This is a coordinate plane. So, it's upside down. Let's put it this way. Okay. So as you see over here, I hope you guys can see it. Yeah. Is it visible? Yeah. Okay, now yes. So what I've done over here is that I've made I've drawn a coordinate plane. These are the positive integers. These are the negative integers. What I've done is over here, for example, this goes to infinity, but I have stopped it at 9. It goes to infinity, but I have taken the first 9 positive integers, the first 9 negative integers, which goes to infinity also. Okay, now what I want to show over here is that, as you can see over here, it's what I've done is I've drawn a circle from here to, let's say, till 9. You can take 7, 6, whatever. I've taken 9 just for using it as an analogy. So you draw a circle and you draw another circle here, right? You see it? Yeah, great. Let me zoom. Okay, out a little bit. Great. So you see that these are 2 circles, but there's just something special happening over here. These 2 circles, they touch each other in the midpoint, right? Over here. It's like this over here. It's like they touch each other over here. And at the midpoint, exactly at the midpoint, it's 0. So it's like these opposites, integers, and the positive and negative integers, cancel each other out at the midpoint, right? So what you can see over here is that this is like a fulcrum, the balance point. And it's like, you can make a bigger circle if you want. You can tend it to infinity and make a circle tending and going to infinity. Whatever you do, they will always cancel each other at the midpoint over here. Now, the question that I want to ask you guys is, what do you guys see over here? A sign of infinity, right? A sign of infinity is formed over here. Great. What else do you guys see over here? Something really beautiful is happening over here. Can you see over here? The wave. There's a wave over here. It goes here. It's here, a wave, complete wave. And there's a counterpart also. So what's going over here is that it's forming an infinity sign. It's forming a wave. You see that the wave starts at the positive side. It gets here, and then it changes its polarity. There's an interchange. It goes here to the negative side. And from the negative side, there's another, at the same time, there's a wave that comes from here to here. And it's like there's a beautiful interchange. Also, you see it's negative and then it gets positive over here. So it's like a harmonious interchange between them. And it's like an infinity. It makes an infinity sign, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Second of all, by the way, the third point that I made about opposites don't attract each other, I'll come to this point right after I finish talking about this, okay? So, let's get back to this point. to this coordinate plane. Okay, so this is something like, again, that what else do we see over here in this diagram? We see that right over here, there's no space in between here, right? So in between over here and this, there's no space. Where they cancel each other out over here, there's no space. Over here, in between them, there's no space. So this is something very important that you should bear in mind, because later on I'll talk about it also. Okay, what else? Okay, you see the crests and the troughs of the wavelengths. Also, one other thing happens. Look, if I put this over here, place this over here, you see that they're both acting as mirrors. It's just that the polarities are reversed, but they're the same thing. It's just like, what I'm trying to show over here is that they're the same thing. It's just that they have a different polarity. It's reversed. What else? Okay, let's talk about okay, here's something else I want to mention over here. You see that 1 plus minus 1 is 0. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. 2 plus minus 2 is 0. Minus 2 plus 2 is 0. So it's like, if you take a sum, if you take any integer over here and you take a sum of the opposite over here, it's always 0. It nullifies each other. So it's like, if you take the sum of everything over here, and you take the sum of everything over here, or you take the sum of vice versa, you do the other way around, it's always 0. So it's like adding each other. Is this midpoint is also like adding the both polar opposites to get a 0. No, okay. Now let's. I'd like to shed light on. This is very important concept. Opposites don't attract each other. Yes, I know that many people say that if that's the case, why do magnets, when you bring two opposite magnets, let's say over here, why do two opposite, so let's say this is, look, these are magnets, these are two opposite ends, and why do they touch each other? What's going on over here? Why is it like you bring it together? Look, it's like, I mean, it's not, it's like there's some sort of attraction, right? Well, no. What I want to say is that, as I showed in the diagram, in the earlier diagram, what really happens is that they cancel each other out over here. So they lose their polarity. They lose their polarity over here. One of the things that you should bear in mind is that when they touch each other over here, they lose their polarity. Same thing. This magnet. This is a magnet. What's going on is that when they reach to a point like really close to each other, they lose their polarity and they nullify each other over here. This is not attraction. It seems like attraction. You like, oh my god, it's sticking together. No, because they lose their polarity and they become one, you know? So it's like, but they don't become one in a sense, because now this is positive, this end is positive, and this end is negative. So, or this could be positive or this could be negative, whatever. But it's like, what I'm trying to say is that they lose their polarity over here. Okay, next thing I want to mention is that, as you can see over here, I said that likes and likes don't repel each other. Yeah, I know. You see this? Let's say I turn around this and you say, hey, but Shah, this is Sharu, this is like repelling each other. Yeah, you sense this repulsion, right? And you say, hey, this is repulsion, this is not what you're saying, Shah. Well, no, I'll show you why. Look. Okay, let me okie dokie. you see these magnets, okay. What's going on? I move this and this moves in this direction. I move this and this moves in this direction. So it's like they're acting like mirrors. They mirror each other's movement. So it's and it can go further if you push it with great force, like you see, it goes a little bit more. So it's like they act like mirrors. They mirror each other's movement. You see. So what's going on is that it's not repulsion. It's like what I would say is that they act as mirrors. They reflect each other's. So each other's movement. If this comes close to this moves a little bit here, let's say, boom, this moves also. So it's like acting as a reflector. Now, I would like to say that like seeks like. Like conditions seek like conditions, okay? This is, I think, that most physicists know about, because they know that like conditions seek like condition. Okay, let's talk about now. As you can see, I've covered these. I would like to talk. I've shown you some of the concepts about polarity. I think that this is very, very important for us to understand these concepts, because if we don't understand that opposites coexist simultaneously, we're missing a great part of the polarity, about the polarity. Okay, so the same thing goes for the repulsion and attraction, because there's no such thing as attraction or repulsion. I mean, you could say, yeah, in terms of vibration or energy state, yeah, but when it comes to matter cannot attract matter, nor it can repel matter. So it's like, it's something that I'd like to shed light on, because when you talk about vibration, okay, vibration, you can say that it's sort of attraction, but I think it's not. I would rather say it's not attraction. It's like vibrations seek like vibrations. It's not attraction. It's like seeking. Anyways, let's get to the second point. Second coordinate plane diagram that I've made. Okay, guys, do you see this diagram? Okay, same thing. I've made a coordinate plane. This is, for example, infinity sign. You see? What I've done over here is something very good, very interesting. Can you see over here? This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Same thing. This is the same thing. This is -1, -2, -3, -4 till 9. What I've done over here is at 1, I took this 1 as a midpoint and I drew a circle here. Then I took the 2 as the midpoint over here, and I made a circle over here using 2 as the midpoint. Then I took 3 as the midpoint and I drew another circle over here. Then I took 4 as the midpoint and I draw a circle. Same thing again and again. So what I see over here, what you see over here, is the same thing I did for this side also. Same thing. So what I saw is that something really beautiful happens over here. You see, there's an infinite sign over here. It gets bigger here. It gets bigger. It gets bigger. It gets bigger. So it's like showing that inside infinity, this infinity sign, there's a number of infinity symbols like inside it. Infinite number of infinity symbols inside and outside. So if you check over here, what I did over here is like in this. Let me do something. Okay. Hope it works out. Wait, it's not working. Okay, let's do it the other way, this way. Let's use a ball pen. not working. Finally. I'll tell you what I'm doing right now after I finish this. Okay. So what I've done over here is that if this circle is till 9 integers, right? Half of it is 4.5. So if the half of it is 4.5 and the half of this is negative 4.5, what I've done is I made another circle over here from 4.5 to 4.5 over here, 4.5 over here, 4.5, whatever you say, and I've drawn a circle over here. So what do you see over here? There's something beautiful over here, happening over here. Let's take this as the Earth. This as the Earth. And you see that there's a magnetic field. If you go to Google and you Google Earth's magnetic field, you see that there's something, there's a diagram with this is the Earth and the magnetic field around it. See? So this shows that what I'm trying to show over here is that this is the magnetic field around the Earth, and the Earth in every single substance in the world is composed of two opposites, opposite conditions, conditions. I would name that. I would rather say conditions. So there are two opposite conditions that bring about this magnetic field. And that's how each and every substance, each and every substance or object or whatever you call it, follows this. It is composed of two opposite conditions. Okay. Now, let me go to next drawing. Let me just talk about something that is quite interesting also related to polarity. Are you guys aware of the yin yang, whatever you call it? If you're not, I'll just tell you about it. Guys, I want to shed light on the yin yang principle. According to me, it's a principle, it's not a theory. Now, I'll show you why. So, as you can see, I'm using a red marker. I'm sorry because my black marker is not working. So anyways, the yin yang was brought by the yin yang principle, theory, whatever. According to me, it's a principle. Lao Tzu, and this guy brought this principle, and according to him, what he was trying to say, convey using this, depicting this picture and this drawing, was that this is the white side, this is the dark side. So in the dark side there's a white spot, in the white side there's a black spot. So it's like there's a balance. There are two opposite conditions. There are always two opposite conditions, and there must be a balance between them. That's what he was trying to show. And he said that like day and night, dark and light, whatever. So they work together harmoniously, and there should be a balance between them. So what I did was something. I drew this, and I'll show you what I'm on about. So wait a second, let me zoom in for you guys. Okay guys, so what I did was, like in the previous ones, what I did was I drew a coordinate plane, and I drew till 9 here, till -9 here, same thing. I drew a circle here, I drew another circle over here. It's not a perfect circle, it doesn't look like a perfect circle, even though it was a perfect circle, but as I used the marker over here, it's kind of, you know. So what I did is I drew a circle, and from the midpoint, which is 4.5, I drew another circle, I drew another circle here, same thing. You draw a circle, and if you use a compass, of course, it's a perfect circle. So you draw another circle over here. Now, my friends, what I did was that inside, I mean, it's 4.5 here. What's its half? 2.25. So I drew another circle over here, and I drew another circle here. I drew another circle here, 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 all over, and the negative side also. So what I'm trying, something important, something very interesting is happening over here. As you can see, this is a complete circle. You see a yin yang over here. This is, do you see this? This droplet, same thing. Wait, let me show you. You see, this is like a droplet, white droplet with the black spot on it. This is like a black, this is the black droplet with a white spot on it. So it's a droplet like this. And now let's move here. Here you go. You see this droplet, this droplet, this droplet, same thing, the bigger one. Let's start with the bigger one. This is the drop, this is the same thing, and this is the same thing. And now inside it, this one is another one, and this is another one, same thing here. This droplet, same thing, repeating all over and over again. This is the same thing, you see over here, and you can go on and on and on. So there's a beautiful fractal geometry over here. Can you see it? I mean, we should not take it for granted. The fractal geometry. Fractal geometry is it's mind-blowing. I mean, it's very helpful to understand. I mean, if you understand fractal geometry, you're like tapping into the secrets of the universe, you know, of the universe. So something very, very important also starts happening over here. Can you see this? This is a wave, right? This is the counterpart. This is a wave. This is the counterpart, but this wave continues. One wave, another wave. The counterpart, the other, another counterpart. So it's like, it's a wave. And same thing, you see over here, a wave. It forms like a chain. Can you see? So that's how waves are formed also, my friends. You see? And there's a beautiful interchange. I mean, it's a harmonious, you can see it. I mean, you can see over here, it's like, it's the same thing. It's just mirroring the same thing. It's just that the polarity is reversed. So it's, and you can see also toroid, my friends. Can you see this? If you guys understand what a toroid is, toroid. A toroid is this type of shape, and it's like there's a vortex also. You can see that it's like a vortex coming in, coming out. So there's many things that you can see over here. I mean, it's quite interesting. You can see the infinity signs also. This is the infinity sign. This is infinity sign. This is infinity sign. Inside the infinity, there's infinity. So it's like you see, there's a lot of information inside this diagram, inside this drawing. So anyways, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. In my next video, I would like to also talk to you guys about Leonardo da Vinci. According to me, I think I have deciphered the Vitruvian Man. One of his paintings, the Vitruvian Man. This painting, my friends, has got a lot of information about the universe, the Vitruvian Man. Oh my God, it's mind-blowing. I was like, wow. And I understand why this guy drew this guy with spreading his hands and drawing. There's a circle, there's a square. He's showing a lot of stuff. I understand what he's trying to convey, the message he's trying to give. So I will talk about in my next video. I will talk about black holes, and then I will talk about also the Vitruvian Man. I'll talk about Leonardo da Vinci. According to me, Leonardo da Vinci, he is a great genius, my friends. I mean, it's the information that he's trying to give in his drawings, in his paintings. It's like, wow. I was like, and what else? You guys might be wondering where I'm getting this information from. Soon I'll be telling you guys what is my source of information. So if you guys like this video, please don't forget to click on like. And in my next video, as I said, I'll talk about black holes. Thank you very much, my friends. Thank you very much. Peace.